BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS has been the gateway to your IAS prep. Our YouTube channel is going to get even better from 2023. Starting 2nd January, the Hindu newspaper analysis will be conducted live every day at 10 a.m. by your beloved faculties. Not only this, we have a whole new set of initiatives lined up for the new year to help you clear this prestigious exam. So subscribe to our YouTube channel now and give wings to your civil services dream.
Hello and welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS. Let's get started and look into our daily quiz. Before we start with the practice questions for the day, we have an announcement. Tomorrow being the 1st of January 2023, we would not be uploading the big news, the daily quiz and the CNA video on our YouTube channel. Wish you all a happy new year in advance. Let's get started and look into the first question. Consider the following statements. Maharashtra was the first state in India to have state butterfly. No two states in India have declared the same butterfly as the state butterfly. Himalayan golden birdwing butterfly is named as India's largest butterfly. Which of the given statements are correct? The answer to this is 1, 2 and 3. Why have we taken this practice question? Because this article on the Hindu makes a reference to the butterfly study. When we look into the statements, the first statement reads, Maharashtra was the first state in India to have state butterfly. Yes, this statement is right. The blue marmon happens to be the state butterfly of Maharashtra, and we have Karnataka, which has declared southern birdwing as the state butterfly, Uttarakhand, common peacock, Tamil Nadu, Tamil yaman, Arunachal Pradesh, Kesar I Hind, and we have one of the butterflies which is also declared as a state butterfly for the state of Kerala. Which is this butterfly? Please put it on the comment section. So second statement reads that no two states in India have declared the same butterfly as the state butterfly. Yes, this statement is also right. And when you look into the third statement, Himalayan golden birdwing butterfly is named as India's largest butterfly. The golden birdwing is larger than the southern birdwing, which was earlier considered to be the largest in India. Also note, butterflies are great bioindicators of an ecosystem. How? Because if there are changes introduced to the environment, these butterflies are highly sensitive to the changes and may leave that particular area as well. So conditions like temperature, sunlight, humidity, rainfall patterns are all changes that can be introduced in the environment. If changes are introduced, these butterflies may also move away from that particular place, and as a result they are called as the bioindicators of an ecosystem. Now let's look into the next practice question. Consider the following statements with respect to Adi Shankaracharya. He established 4 matas in the 4 corners of India for propagation of Sanatana Dharma. He wrote many commentaries on the Vedic canon, Upanishads, Brahma Sutras and Bhagavad Gita in Sanskrit, propounded the doctrine of Advaita and was a devotee of Shiva. Which of the given statements are correct? The answer to this is 1, 2 and 3. Why have we taken this practice question? Because this article on the PIB makes a reference to Adi Shankaracharya, which is why we have taken this practice question. When we speak about Adi Shankaracharya, yes, he was one of the greatest philosophers that India has ever seen. Where was he born? He was born in Kaladi, where in Kerala. He propagated what is called as the doctrine of Advaita. Advaita basically means it is monism. We also have another philosophy that was propagated by Madhavacharya. What is this philosophy? Please put it on the comment section. When it comes to Shankaracharya, he was solely responsible for reviving Hinduism in India to a greater extent when Buddhism was also gaining popularity in India. Shankara's philosophy is overtly Vedic. Unlike Buddhists and Jains, he treated his knowledge to the Vedas and submitted to its impersonal authority, which made him a believer, which is nothing but the Astika. Adi Shankara toured India with the purpose of propagating his teachings through discourses and debates with other philosophers. He founded 4 matas. Where are these matas? In 4 corners of India. One is in Sringeri, second is in Puri, third is in Dwarka, fourth is in Badrinath. All propagated the Sanatana Dharma. So if we look into these statements, all the 3 statements that are given are correct, which is why the answer to this would be D. Now let's look into the next practice question. Arrange the following islands or reef formations in South China Sea from north to south. Spratly Islands, Parcel Islands, Natuna Islands, Anambas Islands. The answer to this is 2134. Why have we taken this practice question? Because this article on the Indian Express makes a reference to the South China Sea. So if we have to arrange from north to south, first what we have is the Parcel Islands, followed by the Spratly Islands. This is followed by the Natuna Islands, and then what we have is Anambas Island. So arranging this, what we get is 2143, which happens to be the right arrangement from north to south. When we speak about the South China Sea, this happens to be one of the world's busiest waterways, and of late what we are seeing is increasing clashes in the South China Sea. So there are disputes in this particular area involving China, Vietnam, Philippines, Taiwan, Malaysia and Brunei, and this particular conflict has remained unresolved for decades together. Now let's look into the next practice question. Yuktdhara Portal is associated with which of the following schemes? Pradhana Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, Pradhana Mantri Kisan Sampada Yojana, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, and Janani Suraksha Yojana. The answer to this is Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Why have we taken this practice question? Because this article on the PIB makes a reference to the Yuktdhara portal. So what is this portal all about? This happens to be a geospatial planning portal for facilitating Gram Panchayat level planning of the Manrega activities. Basically, it will help in planning of the Manrega assets using remote sensing and GIS based information as well. So remember, Yuktdhara based plans will be prepared by all the grassroots functionaries and will also be verified by appropriate authorities for the relevance and also for the resource allocation. This happens to be one of the programs under the Mahatma Gandhi Narega. Now let's look into the next practice question. He wrote biographies of Mazzini, Garibaldi, Shivaji and Sri Krishna, stayed in America for some time and was also elected to the Central Assembly. He was Arvindo Ghosh, Bipin Chandra Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai, Motilal Nehru. The answer to this is Lala Lajpat Rai. This happens to be a previous year question from the year 2019. So we have Lala Lajpat Rai, who was a prolific writer. He was one of the greatest national leaders that our country has seen. He wrote the biographies of Mazzini, Garibaldi, Shivaji, Dayanand and Sri Krishna to inspire the people to be patriotic towards our country. He was also elected the President of Indian National Congress when back in the year 1920 at the Calcutta session. He was also imprisoned from the year 1921 to 1923 and he was also elected to the Legislative Assembly on the release as well. This happens to be some of the important pointers with respect to Lala Lajpat Rai. Now let's look into the fact of the day. The fact of the day for today's discussion is critical information infrastructure. What is this critical information infrastructure? The Information Technology Act of 2000 defines critical information infrastructure as a computer resource, the incapacitation or destruction of which shall have debilitating impact on national security, economy, public health or safety. What do we understand by this? We have some of the information that is saved in the databases on the servers. If this information is threatened to be deleted, if this information is threatened to be changed or modified, in that case, it will have a large scale impact on our country. Let's say for example, we have the power sector. The power sector also has some information where it is saved on the database and the server. If this system is hacked and if it is appeared or threatened to be deleted, what we will have is a large scale repercussions on the country. So that information which is served on our servers, if it is so hacked and if they are threatening that we will delete this information, what we will witness is large scale negative consequences. So this has to be safeguarded. So such information which is very critical, very important, very imperative for our country is what is called as critical information infrastructure. The government under the act has the power to declare any data, database IT network or communication infrastructure as critical information infrastructure to protect the digital asset. Any person who secures access or attempts to secure access to a protected system in violation of the law can be punished with a jail term of up to 10 years. Why is this classification important? That is because most of the important data will be saved in this servers. In 2007, a wave of denial of service attacks allegedly from Russian IP addresses hit major Estonian banks, government bodies, ministries and parliament and the media outlets. Why? That was because it was cyber aggression of the kind that the world had not seen before, and it came in the wake of Estonia's decision to move a memorial to the Soviet Red Army to a location of less prominence. What is this denial of service? Let me explain this with the help of an example. This is your computer, or you have your handheld mobile as well. So you want to access, let's say, a website which is Facebook. So what exactly happens? Your computer immediately starts sending data or the packets to this particular server. So the server will also respond as well. But in denial of service, there are raw data that is sent. So this particular area where the information has to be sent is flooded with unwanted information. So when unwanted information is sent to this particular area, then this server will not respond, leading to denial of service. So you wanted to make sure that you wanted to access Facebook, but then there are large scale packets of data that is sent and you would not be able to get any response from Facebook server. This is what is called as denial of service. So you wanted to access the service of Facebook, but you are not able to access. So you're denied the service. That is what is called as denial of service. So basically, information that was supposed to have been responded by the servers of Facebook is not reaching you, which is called as denial of service. So in 2007, what exactly happened? There was Russian IPs which actually went about giving this denial of service, which means the Estonian government departments were not able to access some of the critical information infrastructure. This is what is the example of critical information. So basically, every country has some information which have to be safeguarded. So in our country, created in January 2014, the National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center is the nodal agency for taking all measures to protect the nation's critical information infrastructure. So we have this center which usually monitors, forecasts national level threats for policy guidelines, expertise sharing, situational awareness, so on and so forth. So this center basically takes up the responsibility for protecting this infrastructure in our country. It is this that we have to understand with respect to this topic. So this is it for today. Thank you for watching. All the best.